Apparently not. After publicly demanding a trade yesterday.
Come on, we all say that. Come on, I'm gonna be here forever.
Hashtag rocket for life, Leroy. You're either here for life or you're not.
Okay, that's great. We all athletes say that until they're not.
until they decide, nah.
Right. Look, you can say that, but at no point in time can the organization take that for granted.
Well, I will say, though, like we've seen over these last couple of games, Tyler Herro, I will give him some credit because he's the guy who's always obviously surrounded in all these James Harden rumors and is going to be the key piece to any Heat trade, whether it be Bradley Beal or whether it be James Harden. But I will give Tyler, just a ton of credit because, he called himself out to start this week before this road trip started. And he's had back-to-back games of regular season scoring highs. Now, obviously, yesterday was in dire circumstances, but, nearly lifted them to a win and is basically going shot for shot with Joel Embiid, and he's 20 years old. And, he's just he really does have just a gauge for those big moments, man. I think that's one of my favorite things about him is, like, when those games get the toughest, he comes up with those tough shots. He comes up with the buckets. He really is just not shy at the moment, and that's what you love about him.
All true. Still taking James Harden.
Come on, man. Look how fat he is. Leroy, he's so fat. You told me you thought he had a sweatshirt under his warm-ups. That doesn't even make sense.
Until I realized the warm-up was short sleeves. Then I couldn't.
I don't even believe that's him. I got to be honest. Like, look, there are those of us. I could empathize with James Harden. This.
You're built just like that.
The tuck-in does not work for some of us. The tuck-in is not a good look. And for whatever reason, he decides to go tuck in on the warm-ups. He should stop that. And honestly, go a size up, bro.
Still taking James Harden.
But Leroy, the baby goat.
Dude.
The onions.
Dude.
The cantaloupes on this kid.
Okay. There's good. He's had a couple of moments.
But he's 20.
Right? Yeah. All great. For the same reasons why you would take Deshaun Watson over Tua.
Oh.
It's the same. It's the same. Proven versus prospect. Like, okay, I'm taking a guy who's had 3 or 4 moments where he's just straight balled for a guy who's been the scoring champ for a number of years.
There's
also a guy who's won an MVP.
There is also,
right?
But isn't there also I don't know who the quarterback comparison would be, but like there's also an element with Deshaun Watson. Like you're still kind of getting the beginning of his career. Like he hasn't been playing that long. He's 25.
I see what you're saying. Now it's easier to do it with Deshaun Watson because he's 25.
Yeah,
which seems like he's been in the league forever.
Right. Like with that's why I think I do think it's an element to why I would tolerate the Bradley Beal thing more. I've also just seen, and look, in fairness to James, he's made it further than Bradley Beal, so I haven't seen Bradley Beal fail quite on the stages that James Harden has.
Right. I would say this is that the only argument I would give you for keeping Tyler over James Harden is this. I look at it from this perspective, and this is why I give you the Deshaun Watson thing. 5 years. You can get 5 years out of Deshaun Watson, and he still only be 31.
Yep.
Right? 5 years out of James Harden when he's looking out of shape at 31 now.
And if he's gonna want more money, like I'm not paying that dude $50 million in a couple of years.
Well, no, it's what, 3? He's got 3 more years, so
yep.
Like you don't have to at that point. So I'm looking at 5 years with Deshaun Watson. I'm looking at the most 2 to 3 with James Harden, just by looking at him. Now, I have also said, and I still believe this, he's a great player. If you get him in a winning environment, an environment where he thinks that he has a chance to win, I think he does whatever he can to win.
I just think though with Tyler, to his credit, I feel like every time he's been asked to give more or do more or improve, and he even he's self checks. He knows he has to get better on defense, obviously, but all the others, the maturation, even running the offense, yeah, he still turns the ball over, but like it's getting better. I mean, some of the shots, the alley oops that he set up pressure Chua for yesterday. Every gauge, every test, he is passing. He is passing to everything you would want.
Oh, great. He's passed 4 or 5 tests.
Like Robbie,
he's passed 4 or 5 tests in 2 years. James Harden is a PhD.
We've never heard Robbie have a saying about Tyler Herro. Has he had a Tua rant on Tyler Herro yet? No.
Nope.
Why is that, Robbie?
Because he has onions. Plays big in the big games.
Really?
When the stage gets the biggest, he doesn't poop the bed.
He's had like 2 moments.
He's an opera singer, bro. When the
He has
spotlight's
like
on him,
He's had like 2 moments.
when the spotlight's on him, Tyler hits the high notes.
Okay.
And Tyler didn't come with the same hype coming in as Tua.
So in the Deshaun Watson instance, you want him over Tua. A guy who let's put it out here like this. You celebrated getting Tua 1,000 times more than you celebrated getting Tyler Herro.
Agreed.
Okay. Now.
Agreed. Although I wasn't like the rest of the jackals who ripped the pick because I had my Kentucky insider.
No, because you didn't know. That's why I didn't rip the pick,
I
because I didn't know. You didn't know about Bam.
I gave you
didn't know.
No. I'm not going to let you do that. First of all, we built the Bam wagon. All right. Not you, Zach Lowe. All right. I see you trying to take credit for that. We built the Bam wagon. All right. Tyler Herro, I gave you Kentucky Insider scouting report the next day saying biggest balls you ever seen in your life.
Hey, but here's the other problem. Okay? That remember when we got all this young talent? What did you say? Assets for a trade. That's what everybody talks about with Pat Riley. Assets for a trade. In fact, he had to come out and lie. He had to come out and just straight out lie.
He lied right on Jason Jackson's couch.
Right. I'm not. Everybody thinks I hate, young players. No, yeah. Until you see an older player.
Yeah.
And Tobin, by the way, speaking of your Kentucky insider, have you spoken to him recently?
I spoke to him before the draft.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, because Kentucky's really bad, and they just lost by 20 yesterday at home.
I haven't spoken. No, I only usually come to him at draft time.
I can tell you right now, you don't need to go to him now.
The guy because I was asking him, I wanted input on Tyrese Maxey, and I was like, "What do you think?" And he thought Tyrese Maxey's like, "I don't think he's going to be there for you." He loves Tyrese Maxey, who already in one game, showed so much more guts than Ben Simmons does.
Right.
Ben Simmons.
But yeah, so look,
Precious was good yesterday. We'll see.
No, they were all the. What I will say is this: you are always. It's always fun to see the young talent that a team drafts come in and ball out, right? But they can all play. They all have moments. But there's only a select few that can do it on a consistent level.
People think I don't believe in draft picks. They're so wrong. To be really honest with you, I'm not a draft pick guy. You know that.
There. So you know what that is. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is this. We know how Pat Riley feels about young talent. We know how Pat Riley feels about proven veterans, right? Something's happening.
But there has to be some times in things in life, Leroy, that change you. Like Mando was a loner, and then all of a sudden Baby Yoda comes into his life and he's a caretaker. Maybe he looks at somebody like Tyler Herro, a baby goat, comes from his alma mater with just the biggest onions, and he thinks to himself, maybe this is the way.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Was there anybody more beloved than Caron Butler?
I mean, that team and him was very loved. But he's back.
And well, no. And what did Pat Riley do?
Trade him for Shaq.
And I promise you, at that moment, Heat fans felt the love they had for Caron Butler was a lot greater than they had for Tyler Herro, even though everybody loves Tyler Herro. Caron Butler, come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Shaq at that time was a golden ticket. He was Willy Wonka to the finals. He was.
Yes? No, correct.
It was
Correct.
short-lived. It was
correct. You sold the farm for 1 year, which is helping my case even more.
Right now.
Because now you're saying, Tyler Herro's young, we got like 10 more years. And Pat Riley would trade him for a year.
Right now, it just looks like James Harden ate all of the chocolate in Willy Wonka's factory.
Okay. Hey, you're familiar with Pat Riley's work. You know something is a brewing. I don't know what, but you know something gonna happen. Because when they bring James Harden in, they just gonna say, defense be damned. Oh yeah, it's coming. Don't worry. That's okay. And right now they're probably up there in the office eating breakfast saying, hey, y'all see those pictures of James Harden? Are we going to be able to do something with him? He culture, baby. Pat, we got you.